Oh, I didn't do that. All right. Well, it didn't. Well, hold on a minute. Hold on just a moment. I didn't do it right this morning. I acknowledge that. The nice people at Restream moved me to a different set of screens, so buttons are kind of all over the place, and I have to remember where they are. But I'm here. It's Boogie with the Bull. Wednesday morning caffeine. Randy Rhodes is with me today. It's our Thanksgiving show. And the running joke is that politics are not allowed at the main table unless someone else brings them up first. Then they're welcome. And they're welcome in, if you're a Republican and you're sitting at a table full of Democrats and a Democrat brings it up, you're allowed to address it back to them as the conservative Republican that you are. Because a lot of things I've seen I don't agree about. But Randy, what do you got this morning? Politics because I asked you.
Yeah. No, in my household, no matter what the day or the occasion, unfortunately, for whatever reasons that go beyond my wife's and my understanding, is my son, his wife, and three boys will only visit us on Thanksgiving and Christmas. Go figure. Otherwise, we are not on their visitation list or their telephone list or their text list. So when they come to my house, and I do say it's my house, 'cause I'm paying the damn rent, there's no politics at all talked about because they are Democrats. And they are very far left Democrats.
Just like in the case of Christmas, I wouldn't bring up the Coca-Cola video that is somewhere on YouTube because I've watched it several times, that they believe they are responsible for Christmas because sales were lacking in December, so they embraced Santa Claus and dressed him in red and white, which is Coke's colors, red and white. Then they mixed the story of Kris Kringle into Santa Claus, but didn't tell you that Kris Kringle used to go down your chimney and then rob your house. So that's how they put, going down the chimney. But the thing I don't understand is why did they even bring a chimney into it? Because Santa Claus was always immaculately dressed. So why would he want to go down your chimney?
Well, maybe his elves were going down. Maybe had help. I do know that if my memory serves me correct, and sometimes it fails me, I will admit my gut failing memory.
You're not old enough for your memory.
I think it goes back to a German nation before it was actually Germany.
Okay.
But it was this saint. He was I forget what the religion was, but he was a saint. And he knew that there were poor people in the towns surrounding his church, whatever you want to call it, and he would load up the sled with back then it wasn't toys, it was food and clothes and stuff like that.
Okay.
And he would go around at night and secretly leave behind these gifts. and that's how you got the Saint Nick
Okay.
part of it, because he was a saint.
Okay.
But as things are, America got involved with it, and we decided we go make it. We're going to commercialize it, and now we have the old
That's
Saint
true.
Nick is a big fat man with a white beard, white hair, and he has a sleigh that flies. He has reindeer that can fly. He has that. We should probably watch ourselves. You might have kids watching.
Well, I've taken the story of Santa Claus and made it Jewish in the sense that Santa's wife, Hannah Claus, is in fact Jewish. And the tradition of us giving gifts goes back to the group that went off to get oil for the eternal light, which was going to run out of oil and burn out, and they couldn't have that happen. That's like the ultimate sin of sins. Gave gifts to the village that they went to, and then when they got home, they gave the gifts that village gave them, and that's what really went on. So I'm sure it became a commercial holiday too. It was kind of a combination of holidays you want to hate. In my case, because my birthday is in January, the middle of January, and Hanukkah is usually in the middle of December. So I would tell my folks what I wanted, because my mother always said, one big gift. Let us know what that is, and you would get it for that. Good morning, William Grant.
Yeah, I remember that too. My dad would always say,
Brian, here to have you here. What were you saying, Randy?
yeah, my parents did the same thing too when we were kids. Pick one big gift. Just one big gift, and you'll get that and some others.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like I said before on your show, a couple shows back, that my dad, up until towards the end of his military career, was a senior airman first class, so wasn't earning a lot of money. But I got pictures. In fact, I might do a broadcast and show the Christmas videos.
Okay.
But without a fail, we had the silver metal Christmas tree with the lights. We had that circular light that had different colors that would spin and make the tree different colors. We put Santa Claus on the roof with the reindeer. We did all the Christmas light bulbs were like that big, like 2 inches big. Not the teeny little things you got nowadays. We wrapped that around the house, and we wake up Christmas morning, and boom! I mean, there were at least 100 gifts between the four of us,
Yep.
And we got everything we wanted plus a lot more. And I don't know how my dad did it, because back then, he didn't have credit cards.
Did you get socks, underwear, and
Yep,
clothes?
we got that from the grandparents. But my parents got us. I remember a really nice bathrobe. My brother got a camera. Got the Tonka trucks.
Yep.
The metal Tonka trucks. We got a cowboy hat and the 6-shooter.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I remember one year before my grandmother passed away, she gave everybody, all the kids who are now adults, she gave us all the gift that she was going to leave for us when she passed away. And so I drove around town telling people my grandmother bought me the car. And I don't think she ever rode in it. She didn't ride in my cabs, but she didn't ride in I don't think she ever rode at the Ford. Oh God, it was the little one, the little itty bitty one.
Yeah, my mom always got pretty dresses.
Yep.
And perfume, purses. Yep. Oh God! One year, he bought her all stuff for the kitchen, new pots and pans, and she was pissed.
Because my mother always said, you don't give appliances, even if the person asks for them. You just don't give them that kind of stuff. So we as kids never gave my mother that stuff, and I can't remember my father doing it either. I do remember though my mother had a big, huge potted plant and wanted to make it a Christmas tree, and my father absolutely said, "No, not going to happen."
Yeah.
He was the youngest in an Orthodox Jewish family, and he just said no. It was not going to happen. My mother and her sister, my aunt, were the two in a Orthodox Jewish family, but they were raised a lot by a Catholic housekeeper. So I believe they had a Christmas tree. And my father wasn't at all amused when I said, "Oh, you're going to let mom have a Hanukkah bush." it just didn't.
Boom!
It just didn't go. He just not
Oh
gonna.
my God! Oh my God! No, I'm going to tell you what, that silver metal Christmas tree lasted. God, I remember it when I was in kindergarten, living in Mississippi. It went straight through to when I was 18 years old and beyond. That tree traveled with us to every state and country that we traveled to, and plus the circular light. They were old before they finally got retired. And to be honest with you, I don't know what the hell happened to them. Maybe my brother grabbed them up, and my dad passed away. But yeah, that tree has a lot of memories to it. It's got a lot of pictures of us standing in front of it. Because when we lived in California, my dad made sure that Christmas, we had to get dressed up. Christmas, you don't come down in your jammies. You got to get dressed up with your shirt and tie and a jacket. Come down to Christmas, for Christmas. And he took the pictures and he sent them off to grandma's house. But yeah, there's no coming to the Christmas day with wearing pajamas, even as a kid.
My favorite Christmas. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm done.
Okay. My favorite Christmas with our three sons was the year that we had bought them PlayStation for one, and I think Xboxes for the other two. I don't remember. But our youngest, who is now a father in his own right, opened up a small present when we were sleeping, and it was a game. But it was a game for a game unit he knew he didn't have. So they figured out what they were going to get. I don't remember if they opened it before Donna and I got down that morning or not, but just they figured that why would we give them a game for a unit that they didn't have?
Now as we got older as kids, we were allowed to open up one gift before the day before Christmas.
Okay.
But we couldn't open up the biggest gift. It had to be something other than that big gift. Yeah. I know one year we both got bicycles. That was pretty cool. And my dad made sure that one thing that my mom and dad always made sure of is that he spent equally between us.
Yeah.
And that was something, a tradition that went with us now, is that you spend equal dollar amount on each kid.
Yep.
No, your gifts might look bigger, okay, but Sammy's toys are more expensive, even though they're smaller, okay. But it works out, kids. Okay, it works out. I'll show you the receipts. It works out. It's the same amount of money.
Yeah, just don't give your kid a BB gun. Because,
we got those.
Because your eye, you will shoot yourself in the eye.
Yeah, and of course the traditional movies. Yeah, watch traditional movies. But unfortunately, right now, with our parents being gone and so forth, and the traditions of my family have gone away. We sleep in late. with my wife and I both being on disability, we make sure we get for our kids, but we don't get each other anything. We look at the fact that we have a roof over our head and we have food in our stomach, and that's blessing enough for her and me. Um, but we made sure that each grandkid got an equal. We got them gift cards because you can never know what to get someone else's kids, right? Um, the one thing is that my son and his wife, they both work, but my son, he earns a shitload of money. Okay, and I won't tell you how much, but he earns a shitload of money, and the gifts he buys his kids are very expensive. And every year to get that new game machine, whatever the game. You can't just keep buying the games for the one you have from the last 3 years. No, every year you gotta get the brand new game because the special effects are bigger and better. And of course, they did get each other, but they don't get us.
Well, I think it's supposed to be the joy of watching them and being happy.
That's what my wife keeps saying. It's a joy of giving, Randy. It's the joy of giving.
I'm 63, and there really is very little that I actually want. I mean, would I like to own a Windows 11 Pro laptop again? Yeah, maybe, but I'm going to ask someone to spend $200 to buy me that, and because then she won't tell me what she wants, and I couldn't buy anything. I mean, I know what she usually wants. She wants to be able to buy yarn at Michael's, so I get her a gift card to go buy at Michael's. But I don't know. I'm just happy that the two of us wake up together, and we have 3 sons who have made it in their own ways, and we just go from there. And grandkids, hey, they're going to take over the family someday, one of these days, I guess. And we just make sure that they have what they need to do that. Our oldest grandson is into anything PlayStation 5.
Oh yeah.
So that's easy this year. He saved and saved and worked and saved to be able to buy it. So there's a lot of here, but the games, hey, you can what you want.
We did board games like Sorry, Monopoly, Life. Well, remember those games?
We did. I like Life, but it seemed to not always be a happy game for everybody, because there's somebody who was playing would land on the wrong spot. I mean, land on the spot that they were supposed to get, but it was the wrong thing. They got fined for something or had to do something, and
Yeah, unfortunately, in my and when our family gets together, we always have to have a board game. And to be honest with you, I don't know if it's my old age or sometimes the pain I'm suffering. Like right now, my right foot has been very painful for like a week. I don't know if I sprained it or what, but it hurts like a son of a gun. So I'm not going to be in the best of moods tomorrow. So I have to put on the happy face, for the family. But my son is extremely competitive when it comes to games. But that's what makes him a very successful salesman. I mean, his sales are through the friggin' roof. And that's what makes his bosses happy. But he's been known, like when we used to play Monopoly, if he was losing, he gets so pissed off he flipped the board and everything was flying. And of course, that ends the evening. They go home and she's yelling at him.
I have to ask Donna that when we go for Thanksgiving Thursday night, if we're supposed to bring dice, because
you're going to play dice. You're going to gamble on Thanksgiving.
We play Farkle.
What?
You
got
Farkle.
Fart?
That's the name of the game. Farkle.
Fartle.
Farkle.
Fartle.
It's kind of
like passing gas.
Well, no, Farkle, Farkle. But if you ask me, it's kind of like Yahtzee,
Okay.
and you have to get the right spins, and whoever gets the right spins gets the right number of points and wins. And when the first person to get so many points wins, I forget how many points it is.
You know, my parents used to play.
That usually goes pretty good. But if we move to Monopoly, there are people that have to have Boardwalk and Monopoly. It's like that's their entire reason for playing the game. And if they get killed on someone else's hotel and they're out of the game, that's a traumatic moment. So
Yeah, my parents always played pinochle. Pinochle.
Pinochle.
Yeah, with poker chips.
They'll play gin rummy, and if I remember how to play, I'll play. But usually I don't. So I wait for another card game to come up that I know.
Yeah, I know. Of course, back when everybody was still living, they would, the family get together, on a Friday or Saturday, and they it was my mom, my dad, and my dad's brother and sister, Aunt Remain and Uncle Rodney, and of course their spouses and their kids. So they would come to the house. The kids go off somewhere to play and see how their parents' hair, and the parents would play pinochle until very late at night. And I remember one day we were at my Aunt Remaine's house, and it was like close to midnight. And but the men were still, my dad and Uncle Marvin, Uncle Rodney are still, wide awake. He said, "What are we going to do? We got to do something. Come on, think, guys. Hey, I know. Let's go visit Maybelle's dad and mom. All right? Yeah, okay. Let's load up the kids. Her mom and dad lives in Virginia, so we got in a car and drove to freaking Virginia to pay a visit. So by the time he got there, it was almost like breakfast time, and being the good Southern woman that he married, she'd get out and she's make bacon and eggs and all kinds of food to feed everybody.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, back in the good old days.
My granddaughter, I don't know what you get her, because the last time we saw her, she was a little younger, and she didn't feel good and cried the whole time.
Oh wow.
So I never know what to get the girls in the family. It's like with my sisters, I would always shop at stores that they would shop at, and I'd buy something that I knew they wouldn't wear so that they could just take it back and get a refund and spend the money there, because I was too stupid to realize it would have made more sense to just buy them a gift certificate.
Yeah, that's what we did for our three grandsons. They're each getting a very nice gift card to spend on themselves, and we were fortunate enough to do that this year because what I was doing was, as my clients paid me, I would take half of what they pay, half of the money I earned each month, I'd take and pay on advance of my rent. So after a point in time, I was actually a full month ahead. So like right now, my rent for December is already paid for because I paid ahead. So this month, November, I took out money from the normal rent check amount, and we used that for Christmas, knowing that I wasn't going to be affected because I was already a full month ahead.
Yeah.
So I'm very fortunate for that. So what I'll do now is, as I start getting paid again, I'll put that money back into his pocket, so I'm still a full month ahead. It just helps to secure the house. Right now with things going on, you never know, right?
No, nobody knows.
And I thought for sure that the war in Ukraine was going to be over, but Putin doesn't like the terms. I didn't get a chance to see, what.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he doesn't like the terms, because he basically got everything he wanted.
I think he wants the whole country. and he's not going to be happy until it's.
He does want the whole country. I mean, he has said before he wants them all to be the USSR again, and not happy that Gorbachev gave independence to the country, which was the USSR, the Union of Socialist States, Russia, or something like that. I don't know. And Brezhnev said, no, if they want to be free, you can be free.
Do you? I'm probably sure you know, but do you know why he broke up his country after all those years being one massive nation?
Oh, I'm sure at the time Brezhnev probably got it from whoever. I don't remember who was president here, but Reagan, broke down the wall in Germany and Russia that separated the two, and said no, there won't be a wall anymore. So he probably got the idea that he was going to make everybody free. But I don't know. Some of them wanted to be free at that time. They didn't want to be all one big Russia. So other than that, I really don't know. And how you're going to get them back? It's going to be a big war to get them all back. And the funny thing to me was it seemed like Ukraine, you can't be part of NATO and you can't be part of the European Union. So you just sit it out and wait and see what happens. I just don't understand that. And you can't have a NATO base because you're not part of NATO. Well, that's okay. But somebody else is going to say, here's a base that we want to build. And, Zelensky, if he's still here, is going to say yes. And it seems like when both the United States and Russia lump the doggy do on Ukrainians back Zelensky and say, hey, this isn't right. So I don't know.
Okay, so Putin is ready to make peace, but these are some of his demands.
Okay.
He wants full, and pardon me if I don't pronounce these names properly.
Right. Okay.
He wants full control of 4 Ukraine regions: Donetsk, Luhansk, Zaporizhia, and Kherson. Now, if you remember when I read the 28 points, Trump was giving him not all of it, but giving him a very large portion of that land. But Putin wants 100% control of that land.
Yeah.
He also wants NATO can no longer increase the number of nations into NATO for Europe.
Yeah.
And also, what was the one here? He wants neutrality from Kiev. Guarantees of neutrality from Kiev, whatever that means.
Kiev is the capital of Ukraine, I believe. But to me, you can't just say, okay, we've been at war for 20 years. We're going to just take all your good stuff and leave you a pile of sand. Which to me seems like that's what he wants to do. And I just keep coming back going, I'm sorry, but I think that is wrong. And then people say to me, well, President Trump and the art of the deal and this and that and the other thing. Yeah, the art of the good deal that was a good deal for them, but not for Ukraine. It's like we're spanking them for the fact that they had a war with Russia.
But the problem I see it, and Trump said it on a news conference when he was on a plane flying somewhere, but he said that Zelensky has to realize that he is running out of men to fight the war, and that Russia has a much larger base of men to tool from to keep putting into the bloodbath. And at some point, Ukraine's going to run out of fighting men. And traditionally, you don't put your women into combat. Uh,
Well, okay, but then why wouldn't Vladimir Putin come from the other side and say, "I know you can't afford this war anymore, and the U.S. isn't giving you any more money; they're giving you any good stuff, so we're just going to take over your country." I mean, come on, that's that's not what they spent 20 years fighting. They have a right to be free, and if he doesn't like it, that's kind of too bad for him. I think war, like I said, is an outdated means of anything anyway, because you destroy everything, including to prove your point. And I still don't understand why we can't break bread and agree to what we agree to, and then work on what we disagree on, and then that's it. That's the end of the war. Not everybody has to be like the United States, and the United States doesn't have to control everything. I mean, I don't really know how I want to say it, because again, it's politics at the dining table when you bring up the wrong view, and you get shot down by everybody who said we weren't going to sit at the table and discuss politics.
but when you look at the Bible, and I guess your Torah probably has similar information. Throughout the history of the writing of the books, uh, they always God always had some kind of war plans for the Israelites. So his way of making things happen was to have the men go out and fight for the land, fight for the control of the territory, and he always had the Israelites to kill every man, woman, and child because he didn't want them, the Israel blood, to be tainted
Right.
by that of another, uh, uh,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say species, but another tribe. Um,
Okay.
so that's why we probably still continue the art of war because we don't know any better way to come to a decision that's going to make everybody happy.
This is true. This is very true. But I don't know. Maybe the aliens will land one day and teach us a better way, or they have already landed and we sent them away, trying to teach us a better way because we think we know everything. But I don't know.
uh, One thing we don't know everything. I was watching um, uh, some broadcast Elon Musk is in. And of course, his big dream is these robots, and he just got the approval in another state for his driverless trucks can now hit the roads, uh,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is dangerous. But um, you know,
Mm-hmm.
there's actually a contest coming up soon. It has already taken place of robot battles, and it's where these people bring their robots
Yeah,
and they have them do battle.
they
And
do.
but these are robots that have the ability to learn from what they do, what they learn. It's like, come on, you're teaching these robots how to fight and destroy their robot. And do you not think that at some point in time it might download to another robot to fight and kill the humans that owns it?
But those are the people, the kids that are doing these battle bots now are going to be the people making $200,000 a year or more,
Yeah.
$2 million a year, because they're gonna put together these companies that's what they build, and it I don't know if it's good or bad. I always heard him say, Elon Musk, that AI technology was meant to make things easier for us. I don't know what easier meant. I mean, I guess it could walk your dog. You could feed your dog. You could clean your house. You know, the number one thing I hate about some AIs is they tell you that you're 100% wrong in in your case that you present them or ask them about, and then they turn around and present to you everything you presented to them, and it's right.
You know, you mentioned
I mean,
about,
maybe I'm using the wrong AI for research.
well, you mentioned about the robot walking the dog. The whole idea of owning a dog is for the affection that they give you, and you can give back to the pet. And it's like, so you're gonna get a dog and you'll have your robot walk it, man. That's the time that the dog wants to spend with his master. You use the dog will not connect to a robot like he would to a human being. So I think that's a sad commentary. If you're going to own a dog and then buy a robot and have him take care of, feeding your dog, cleaning up your dog, and walking your dog. That's all that comes with the territory. When you buy a dog, you take care of it like you would with a child.
I could see our cat Agnes actually destroying it at night
Yeah.
because she wouldn't know what it was and she'd just destroy it. Because I mean, now we've gotten past the she normally slept in the bathroom cabinet, but that's because when we got her, we said, hey, pick your spot that you're going to be. You're always welcome anywhere else in the house, except our bedroom, because we couldn't break the habit of marking the bedroom. So,
Wait a minute. The cat have now marks territory.
well, she was an outdoor cat. She was not an indoor cat, meaning that no one owned her before, and she was captured, because I don't want to say rescued, but she was rescued as an outdoor cat. They marked her so that you knew that she was.
Right.
Yeah, but they marked her in a way that I don't understand. I really don't understand. They tell me that clipping the ear or
you can't feel it.
they tell you that you can't feel it, but maybe I'm putting too much human emotion into it. If they cut off my earlobe, I think I would feel it, even though it's pretty much dead flesh.
Well, they do it while they're asleep.
Okay.
Because traditionally, when you take in a stray cat, that's not you can tell it's not fixed. The vet will put the cat, under sedation, do the spray and neuter, and during that time frame, that's when they clip the ear. So the cat doesn't feel anything.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's great things that they do, but then they release it back to.
That's the part that pisses me off.
And I wonder, does that cat then become a target?
Yeah, I mean,
for all the other cats now, because they know something's different about her.
Well, no, they can't tell the piece of ear. I mean, that's like battle damage. I mean, I've seen some cats that my daughter rescued that were in pretty bad shape because they got into fights.
Yeah.
But the vet, I don't. I think it's only like maybe under 5 cats that my daughter's vet had to put down because it was too badly injured.
Yeah.
But the vet for free did all the work to bring him back to health. My daughter spent the time to get these cats to understand love and tenderness, and she adopted them out. I mean, over 800 cats.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big thing for someone to save that many animals.
It's weird with me that I'm not normally a cat person, and I met this one at the adoption, and she's become my best friend.
They do.
She's over there sleeping on my side of the couch, which is new. She used to sleep in the middle and on Donna's side, but now she's sleeping on my side, and
Now, did the vet know if your cat had given birth to any babies?
I don't know if she did. I don't think so. But,
Because
I mean, I don't know if the vet that actually the vet at the first rescue, the capture and let go. I don't know if they knew whether or not she had given birth. The the adoption agency just kind of they took her in and said she is 3 years old, 3 years and 1 month, which means she's a few months more now. But they named her. I think she was there for 2 weeks. They named her, but she doesn't answer her name because she just doesn't know.
Well, she has to hear. She has to hear her name more frequently. Like our cats. The 7 that we have, we named them like Sonata and Orion and Winks. When they hear it often enough, they realize that hey, they're talking to me. So when we call out the names to a cat, that cat comes running.
Yeah. Now I know with Agnes or whatever we call her, because we do call her other stuff, that I can pick her up and know that she's not going to claw me at all. She just won't do it. But someone else picking her up, yeah, she might get mad. She might claw you.
Yeah.
But she's really mellow. Every once in a while, she will sit in front of one of the doors here like she's looking for a chance to leave. I don't know if it's because maybe she remembers something and that's where she's trying to get back to. But, we feed her, we take care of her. She takes care of us. And,
one thing, our cats, and I mentioned this before, is that they got to a point where we can open up an outside door and they go running in the opposite direction. They don't want anything to do with the outdoors. But I would never chance it. I would never leave the door open and say, hey, the door's open, cat. I would never test it because you never know. They might say, well, the door's open. Maybe I'm supposed to go outside. I would never test it.
I won't test it, but I'm not opposed to letting her outside. What I'm opposed to is that she may not come
back. Exactly.
And I don't
or they get spooked and they don't realize, oh shit, where am I? I don't recognize anything, and they just go running in any direction, like a dog, for God's sake.
Right.
People think that hey, let's let the dog go off the chain. He won't run off. Well, sure he will. He sees an opportunity to go run and have fun and so forth. He's going to take off.
I remember Delilah, our Chihuahua, was on a walk with us one day. And she hated walks, really. It became a carry more than a walk. And she got herself out of her harness and took off running. And we were several steps behind. And then we realized she was just waiting at the front door of the house.
That's fortunate for you. Yeah. 2
of the cats that we had in Connecticut, they would go out any chance they had. If you opened the door, they would leave, but they always came back. But then 2 of the other cats, you couldn't do it. I mean, you could open the door and they just wouldn't leave. So I don't know.
But the sad thing is you have idiots out there who, they see an animal and for whatever reason they decide to do target practice, or they truly don't like cats and they'll put out cat food to feed them and the cat food has poison.
Yeah.
These are people who I would love to, see in prison.
Do that to them. We know that Agnes doesn't have a tail because she came without a tail. And the vet that we brought her to said she could see scarring, but doesn't really know the whole story about it. But said nothing's damaged. There is some scarring, but and it's funny because like a classic cat who doesn't realize her tail is connected to her, she'll all of a sudden start chasing it one day.
Yeah. 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 Memory.
And,
Yeah.
and maybe, yeah, maybe that's memory that she had one, or the thought that something is missing. Uh, but she just wants to be a cat. She just wants to be loved and fed, and likes to be a cat. Her latest thing is now she likes to walk across my desk
Yes.
and
Yeah.
then jump onto the kitchen table, because my desk is between the kitchen table and the couch in the living room. It's not, that's not that far, but
Yeah, I have two cats do the same thing. And I'm always, especially when I'm live, and I'm always afraid, oh shit, they're going to step on a key, it's going to knock me out. But you know what? Somehow they manage to straddle that keyboard. They don't touch anything.
I watched Agnes yesterday. She was playing, and she just walked. We have two wrought iron pieces that are like a door frame to the living room, and she just looked at it and walked right through it like it was nothing. And but yeah, she likes to be up on counters in the kitchen or at the in the kitchen sink. But my concern is I always joke with her and just say, one of these days you're gonna drink dishwater and you're gonna be in trouble.
Now, somehow I think they have a way of knowing drinking water and non drinking water because I'm always afraid of the same thing. Like my daughter mops the floor, she'll leave the bucket of water out, but the cats won't go near it.
She likes to jump up on the toilet, on her front paws and look, but she doesn't go any further. And it's like she knows, but she's just a cat. She's just curious.
Yeah,
wants to see everything.
Yeah, that's how they learn.
I mean, she's 3 years and 2 months, 3 years and 2 months. So she's learned everything. Hang on, I got to read a message. So talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Okay. All right, now I will come back for a minute, but you might see me walk away because I have to pick up Agnes.
Okay. So, animals have a way of bringing love into a family, and especially when you get older, they always say that they're great company for an older person. But keep in mind that an older person is fine for like cats because cats don't need to be walked and stuff like that, whereas dogs do. So if you're going to get your elderly person a pet, make sure that the elderly person is able to take care of that pet. Because I've always, we've always had dogs up until these past 2.5, 3 years ago, and but right now with the way I am with my legs and not being able to walk that far, if I owned a dog, I got this nice big backyard, and that's where a dog would go, for its exercise. But sometimes dogs are happy with the backyard exercise, and some dogs they have to be walked, 2, 3, 4, 5 times a day. Like my daughter does. She walks to her dog for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. And I was like, come on, are you coming back for what?
Tire that dog out. And then,
was that the cat?
No, that was my wife bringing in groceries.
Damn, it's not like they destroyed the kitchen.
No.
It was a paperback.
It was a paperback. The cat, Agnes, is in her office. She did look begrudged at me waking her up and moving her in there, but there was no effort to scratch.
No.
At all. She knew that she was going to get moved, and she knows that when Donna tells me it's okay, she'll come out and go right back there.
So I have two cats that put the claws out, but they don't do it out of meanness. Sonata, when we had her in early in her life, she's got really sick and she had a very high fever, And my daughter knew from the sanctuary how to treat a cat with a high fever, so she did. Unfortunately, the high fever left her with a slight neural disorder where her head's like tilted just a little bit. And I think what happens is that when she pick her up to hold her, I think her equilibrium gets off, and she's afraid, and she'll come out with the claws to try and get back down.
Yeah.
You know.
No, ours is a little wonky like that, but not in not in any vicious sense.
Right.
Now,
The other,
I think she knows that I know, or she thinks that I'm thinking she's going to hurt me if she does that. I mean, she did grab the couch with her claws as I was picking her up just now, because she
didn't know. She didn't know.
She wanted. Well, no, she wanted her comfortable spot to keep sleeping.
Yeah. You know, the other cat that uses claws is Serena. She was outdoors the longest of our cats, and she's still slightly feral, but she loves me. She tolerates the rest of the family, and she loves the affection I give her. But after a certain point in time, I think it overexcites her, and out come the claws, out comes the teeth. You were having fun. Yeah, you like it rough. I like it rough. It's like, oh my God.
I look at her in those moments and I say, no, you put those away.
Yeah.
and all of a sudden you see
she puts them away.
She puts them away.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, and I don't like to do it. I don't like to discipline an animal, period. It's just me. I just don't like to have to discipline.
Well, they don't understand. Cats don't understand discipline.
No. Well, she's not going to pee on the counter. So.
No, I said get on the counter.
Oh.
Yeah. She's not going to get on the counter. So
yeah, so you say. Yeah. You have her another year. She'll be crying over everything.
Well, we are being a little bit more aggressive in how we word or say things to her so that she understands. No, you can be on the couch, you can jump on my desk, but you can't jump from my desk to the table.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
You don't really want to go on the counter. You don't want to jump up onto the counter where the candle is burning because.
They'll learn that fast.
Well, I don't want her to learn that.
Well, it's
I want her to learn not to do it, but I don't want her to jump and hit the candle and end up as a fireball. No, thank you. No,
or go underneath your favorite reclining chair and shoot on it at the cord.
I don't want that. But she is pretty funny. If you coexist with her, she will usually coexist with you. I'm sure she knows. I'm sure she thinks I'm mad at her, which is why she's in the bathroom right now, and she's probably planning something. And,
she's probably either sleeping on the toilet or in the bathtub, like our cat does.
Well, she was sleeping when I woke her up to put her in the bathroom. So, and we don't keep her in there for a long period. Maybe when we're not home, and then other than that, we did put her in there at night because, like I said, she picked that cabinet as her spot, but we don't put her in there at night.
Right.
And the only problem, as I said to Donna, is she's a black cat who closes her eyes. I can't see her.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden the eyes open and boom, she's right in front of your face.
Have your grandkids seen the cat yet?
No.
Oh, so this will be first for them.
No, our grandson has 2, I think. What?
They're not coming here.
No, they're not coming here.
Oh, okay.
Our grandson knows that he's welcome. They all know they're welcome at any time. The other two live in Texas, and while they're welcome here at any time, I'd be concerned if I opened the door and a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Yeah, just hey, you got a cat.
Showed up outside, and my grandson, I'd be a little bit concerned because I could see my grandson going,
My daughter's calling for me. She's going to help. So I need to jump off 5 minutes early.
yeah, all right.
Hey, guys, have a happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, you
Don't
too.
eat too much. Are we doing a Friday?
Yeah. Unless I'm not going to be here, I would imagine that we're doing Friday. I know, like everybody else, I think we're going out Black Friday shopping, but I don't know. Or we're not going out Black Friday shopping. Down it just said.
Yeah, you're going to stay home and Black Friday shop. Okay, take care.
All right, you too. Take care. Have a great.
Yeah, we'll see.
If you do it or you need me to do it.
I'm going to do it.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay. Randy Rhodes, All Roads Lead to Home Genealogy, is always with us when he can be. And anybody else is always welcome too. You just have to let me know. And yes, there was a little bit of frustration this morning because the restream screens changed and I didn't familiarize myself enough with it. So we kind of got off to a rough start, but we made it and we did it. So enjoy your Thanksgiving and then rest up and be ready for Black Friday shopping. Because I promise you, it's going to be all kinds of fun. For me, it was always dropping people off at the door to the store and then driving around and looking around for a parking space, if I was lucky enough to find one. We just drive around and hope we find one and go in and do whatever. I would, if I could, just give everybody gift cards that I know they want and then just let them worry about whatever they buy rather than ever hearing someone really wanted something else or this, that, the other thing. With my brother, it's easy to give him a card for this, card for that. Anybody else? I don't really know. But anyway, have a happy Thanksgiving, a happy Black Friday weekend, because it's probably going to go on all weekend. And we will be here Friday morning, I believe, 10 a.m. Eastern on my Facebook profile and on YouTube, on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel. I want to thank William Grant for watching, David Novar for watching, and anybody else who is watching. Please like the broadcast if you liked it and share it and hopefully bring more people Friday. And if anybody disliked the broadcast, dislike it and put in the comments why you disliked it. And then the next time, I guarantee you'll probably put thumbs up and like it. But anyway, it was fun. And on that note, I'm going to slide it over to, wait, there it is.